no.
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
His team hasn't won a national championship since before he was even born.
Diggs gone for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby? Let's go. Come on.
Come back, Kelly.
I love college football.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll. Roll RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the C&BSports podcast, the college football weekly matchup, week number 6. The reason I'm introducing like this today, because I'm very upset. I'm a very upset Georgia fan. They almost lost to Missouri, and everybody's happy we won, and it's bullshit. They need to wake the fuck up. It's time to wake up. They don't play nobody. They need to wake up. They dominate. Everybody said, oh, they dominate everybody early in the season. They beat Oregon. Oregon's still up there ranked or whatever. I don't know if they go back and play Oregon now. I don't know if they can beat them like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They pressure. If you pressure them, they have trouble, and I'm just pissed off. I told Bryson 2 weeks ago. I said, hey, they don't need to get ahead of themselves. They need to make sure. They need to understand they're beatable, and I'm hoping they're realizing that. Because they better come this week and they better stomp Auburn. I believe that's who they play.
That's right.
Anyway, welcome back. We're here with just me and Bryson for now. Preston might hop in a little bit. Josh is, like we said, in the NFL show, dealing with some family stuff. He will be back hopefully next week. I do have the records and whatnot, but first of all, Bryson, how was your week? How was your week of college football?
It was pretty good. I'm going to be honest with you, just kind of weird. We're kicking the OG one time. Just me and you. Haven't done this in a long time. It was a good week. Fantastic weekend. Toe's doing better, if y'all want to know.
Hold on, time out before when you mentioned the toe. I know no one cares about this, but I thought you were supposed to go back. Are you not going back to the doctor again, or?
I was supposed to, and they never called me, so that's good. So.
Okay, so you don't have to go back. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about that later.
But yeah, it was a great weekend. Me and Chris got together Saturday night, watched the football games, watching almost upset. And I'm gonna touch on this game right quick. I mean, y'all's O-line. I mean, what the hell?
Really, no. I mean, dude, they were sending 5, man. They were sending 5.
Yeah. Still, if you're gonna be the number one team, play like the number one team. Bennett didn't have no time in the pocket, but when he did have time,
let me tell you another problem. No, you want me to tell you another problem? Go ahead. Here you go. Run the football. I mean, what the fuck was that? I mean, they were running all over us. I mean, really. Run. And then I tell you, if I didn't look on the sideline and I thought Mark Rick was back there because hell, we running a damn draw every time. I mean, here we go. Draw. Up. Okay, they're sending 5. They're blitzing the house. Let's call play action and get sacked. No, come on now. I mean, be better.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if I was a Georgia fan, I would be kind of scared, not because we're barely winning, but you're dominating it early in the season. But it is good to go ahead. If you're going to lose, you want to lose early and not late because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get back into playoffs.
The thing is, they don't play nobody. That's the problem. They don't play. They lose to Auburn. It's going to be trouble to get in because you got teams like USC. You got teams like all these undefeated teams. USC, Clemson. That's probably not going to lose because they don't play nobody. You got teams like that don't play nobody. That's going to get in over Georgia, and it might not be a Georgia-Alabama thing this year. But yeah. Anyway. I don't even know who the hell Ohio State. Ohio State's got to play Michigan, but that'll be a good one. Michigan and Ohio State's both defeated. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. But
but one of those are one of those are going to get in no matter what, more than likely.
Guaranteed.
So, and then you got USC or Clemson that's probably going to get in, and then you got Alabama or Georgia. So it's going to be tough for 2 SEC teams to probably get in.
I would like to see a Georgia and Ohio State national championship. I think that'd be a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, it could be the way Georgia's offense is done, before this last week. It could be a high-scoring game there. Yeah. Let's get into the records. Josh, he's not here, but he went 3-6 last week. We all kind of struggled. I think Bryson was the only one with above 500. He went 5-4, still leading the way. I don't have the totals in front of me, Bryce. Josh will have that. I'll have that next week. I went 2-7, not looking too good. I'm pretty sure I've taken over last place now. And Preston, he was in second place. He probably passed me. He's 4-5. I don't know if he passed Josh, but I know he passed me, I'm sure. But we recapped the Georgia game a little bit. Let's recap some other games. We had UCLA staying undefeated. I think they have a tough matchup this week. They beat Washington 40-32. Nobody picked that game, right? I mean, UCLA.
Yeah, nobody.
Chip Kelly leading that team. Any thoughts on the game? I mean, I didn't catch it fully.
I caught bits and pieces of it. But I was just blown away. We all picked Washington. I thought Washington was going to blow them out the water. Coming off that, their big win against Michigan State, and I really thought Washington was going to murder these guys. But UCLA's now they're ranked, if I'm not mistaken, and still undefeated. And like you said, they got a great game this weekend. But yeah, I'm very surprised.
All right, so we had another game. TCU stomping Oklahoma. Oklahoma not looking too hot. And I want to just go through this real quick. And one of the bold predictions I had before the season started was Oklahoma will not be in the top 25 at the end of the season. Well, they haven't made it to the end of the season, and they're already not in the top 25. And let's look at some of the rest of their schedule they have to play. I mean, this team's got a tough schedule for me thinking they're not that very good. They got Texas this week. It's always a rivalry game. It's going to be a tough game. They got undefeated Kansas next week, even though Kansas might not be undefeated after this week. They got Iowa State. Iowa State's not a bad team. They got Baylor. Baylor's not a bad team. They got West Virginia. They got Oklahoma State, probably more than likely going to be a loss. They got Texas Tech. I mean, they don't have easy teams. They don't have easy matchups. Like I said, I would. I mean, they might win. How many? They lost 2 so far. 2 or 3?
Yeah.
I think they lost 2 so far. They might lose 4. I mean, they might lose 4 games. I mean,
they're not going to have no playoff shot. But I mean, if you want to have a good bowl game, Oklahoma's got to turn up this rest of the season. Like you said, all these games you're naming, they're not going to be easy wins. They're going to be. You have to grind for these wins, and I think out of all those, Texas Tech's probably going to be your weakest opponent. But I mean, look at them. They beat Texas. I mean, they're looking. They're a grinding football team. But yeah, Oklahoma better turn it up if they want to stay in top 25 and make a good ball game.
You would say Texas is going to be their weakest opponent, but I think Texas is a favorite in that game. Texas, they're so up and down, and they got the best running back in the country. So, one of the best running backs in the country. So, and Texas, I mean, that's a rivalry game. I don't know where that game is. I think I wrote it down, but I mean, that's going to be a tough game. We'll get to that one because I think it's at Oklahoma. So we'll get to that one in a little bit. TCU looks good, though. TCU looks very good. Staying undefeated. They might not. I think they play Kansas this week. That's going to be a good game. That's one of our top games this week. Ole Miss defeating Kentucky. Kentucky finally falling. They didn't fall much, though. They lost in a tight game. We did see was it the Kentucky coordinator? Who broke the clipboard? Didn't somebody break a clipboard or something?
No, yeah. I can't remember, but yeah.
Well, any thoughts on that game or Ole Miss?
I mean, that was my lock of the week. Granted, Kentucky cover, but still, I thought Kentucky should win this game. But like I always said, Ole Miss is one of those teams that could pull an upset off their ass.
Still undefeated too. They're still up there.
Yeah, I mean, like Kirby Smart said, SEC's a tough place to play at.
When do they play Bama? I wonder. You got to play Bama sometime, don't they?
Yeah, later in the season.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit later. Some other news. We had Alabama and Arkansas. Arkansas almost fighting back there towards the end, even though Alabama ended up some of it. Bryce Young goes down. Is there any news on Bryce Young? I haven't paid attention to it.
I think it was. I mean, it's not season ended, but I think it was his shoulder. I just got to say the one thing about the whole injury or whatever. How is it every time? It never fails. Never fails. Every time the starting quarterback at Alabama gets hurt, here comes his backup. I mean, every single time the backup quarterback is a good quarterback. I mean,
they got to recruit. I mean, they recruit top players. So I mean, what do you expect?
I understand, but it's like every time it does not fail.
I didn't get to see the quarterback, so I don't know.
I mean, I forgot who I was telling. I was like, hell, there's your Heisman, candidate for next 3 damn years. I mean, it never fails.
Well, I know I think it was Saban came out and said there's no quarterback or obviously, I mean, there's not a quarterback.
Oh,
he
no,
acted
no,
like
no.
he acted like Bryce Young's gonna be back soon. They say he's day to day right now. It says just
Yeah, he'll be back.
a shoulder injury, so he might even be back this game. I'm not really sure too much. I was trying to see what's the word on Bryce Young. That they haven't really said much from the last update I was looking at. But anyway, also Preston's not here. I was giving him his chance to talk about Clemson. Clemson beating NC State. He's all hype, posting stuff. Clemson's a real deal. I mean, they beat it. NC State almost lost North Carolina. East Carolina.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, Clemson. I mean, they're probably gonna make a playoff. I mean, who they got? They still got Notre Dame. They still got to play Notre Dame. Who's Clemson got left? I don't even know. But any thoughts on Clemson?
I mean, yeah, like you said, NC State barely beat ECU.
I mean, they're good. They're not like great.
Yeah. I know. I understand. Yeah, I agree. But it's just they don't really face nobody, and then I think the toughest opponent, in my opinion, they face so far is probably.
Hold on. It could be a game of the week here. Syracuse. That's a surprise to people here. Clemson's got them in October 22nd. Syracuse is undefeated right now. I don't know much about them. I know that they jumped up. I know they've been dominating.
I think they put 50 or 60 points on their last opponent, if I'm not mistaken.
They also got Florida State, Notre Dame, Miami. So I mean, Miami had a little more shit. I don't know what happened to Miami, to be honest with you. I don't know what happened.
Overrated, like I said.
They're supposed to have a good quarterback, even though Notre Dame had been looking good. So Clemson, I don't know. I could see Clemson dropping a game, one of those games. We'll see. And they got South Carolina, even though Carolina ain't that good. You never know,
Yep.
Yeah, is there any other – I'm trying to think if there's any other games I didn't write down too much. We don't do a whole lot of recapping.
I got to give out – shout out to my Gators. Fucking bouncing back, even though we faced Eastern Washington.
I didn't get to watch the game. How'd that go?
I mean, I'll tell you how it went. First play of the game, play action, Anthony Richardson throws the ball, 75 yards touchdown. I mean, it's every other week. He's so inconsistent. I just wish he could follow that.
Who'd they play? Hold on. Who'd they play?
I mean, granted. I said from the get. Granted, they faced Eastern Washington. Confidence boost. We're facing LSU this weekend. That's going to be woo. Yeah, that's right. Woo's right. No,
y'all don't play LSU.
No, we play Missouri.
Yeah, I think y'all play Missouri.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we play Missouri.
LSU's on one of the games we picked.
Hey, if we blow out Missouri,
LSU's got Tennessee.
Does that mean we could beat Georgia?
No, because we beat. Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility you guys can beat Georgia. If Georgia played like they did last week, and you got what's that big old boy running through the middle? I mean, if he's coming at him, oh my God! I mean, we might be in trouble. We might be.
I'm telling you, our trip to Jacksonville is going to be. I think it's going to be a good one.
We might be in trouble. Dang, TCU's got a tough one coming up. They got two tough games. They got Kansas and Oklahoma State. Anyway, let's get in. Does anybody have a rant of the week? I kind of did mine at the beginning. I know I said anybody, but there's you. Did you have anything to get off your chest?
Anybody else? You? Nobody? Okay. I do have a player of the week.
Yeah, we'll get into player of the week. I know Bryson. Hey, if you missed the last show, Bryson did make a special guest appearance on the NFL show, and he did rant about Aaron Judge for a minute.
I mean, but I can't even.
Hey, and I did see on Twitter. What was your? Did you have any thoughts on them showing Aaron Judge during the football games?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Hey, I love the NFL. This is why NFL is the greatest. Scott Hansen on Red Zone said, "Yeah, you won't see. This is the Octo box, and you won't see any Aaron Judge or something on here. You won't see a box of Aaron Judge on here, something like it was something similar." I was like, hell yeah.
I mean, it's just when you like I said on the NFL show, when you get closer to that 70 mark, trying to break the season,
it would probably be different if it was a Brave too. To be honest, I hate the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're like Texas.
You think it's gonna find out? You think they're gonna find out they're steroids somehow?
Oh yeah, you damn right.
I mean, what about Pujols? The man's 40 years old and now they're hitting bombs. Come on,
Yeah,
there's got to be.
yeah.
There's got to be something.
Yeah, show him the love. He's last season. Hit
they've been
703.
They've been showing him love, but the dude's like he's almost 40 years old. And, I mean, he's got to be on something. There ain't no way. Some cheating juice balls. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's got the weighted fish. Oh, that's where I'm surprised you didn't rant about that. The fish, the
Oh
whole
yeah,
fish
yeah, yeah,
issue.
yeah. That's yeah. Let me
That's
touch
just
base
wrong.
on that.
Go
That is
ahead.
just wrong. 2 pieces of shit. Forgot where they were fishing at. Somewhere. The video. I can't believe that video has everybody's seen that video. Everybody knows about it. You know, in case you didn't know, this fishing tournament. And they were doing the weigh-ins of the fish, and these guys were shoving weights in the fish, killing them, putting the weights down their throat. I ain't talking about no bullet weight. I'm talking about a liter, son. I mean, he was deep throating that damn fish. I mean, of course the fish died, and I mean, it's ridiculous. They deserve to go to jail. They deserve not to ever fish again. They deserve a fat ass fine. It's just ridiculous. It's sad. It's really sad. And they said this ain't the first time that
Oh
this
no,
has
they said they've
happened.
seen him cheating every other time.
Cheating every other time, lying on the polygraph. I mean, you're stealing so much money away from other people to actually, fish right. I just think it's ridiculous. Nah, damn, my headphones are dying.
Are they really?
Yeah, one just died.
Well, you
Keep it
good
going.
with one. I think you're good with one for now. Anyway, sorry before we get into NFL games, have you seen the poker hand? Do you know what have you seen that on Twitter at all? No. So like somebody there's a thing. I know you played a little bit, but you might not know. So professional players they fold a lot if they don't have something. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to go. I think the person went all in. They called
Yes,
all in.
I did see that.
On a
Yes.
jack high.
Yes.
Well, and the other person had what the other person ended up having? I forgot.
I think 3 of a kind.
They didn't have nothing anyway. They were bluffing. Anyway, they didn't have nothing. Well, anyway, I mean, and then after the fact, the lady that won, because she was like tired of dude harassing. She gave the money back to him.
Yep, I did hear about that. Yep.
That's kind of fishy to me, giving the mony back to him. I don't know how they cheat in poker, but somebody said she said she thought she had an ace, so which is possible, but a jack ace. Anyway, player of the week, Bryson. Who you got for your player of the week?
I'm going to the Washington and UCLA game. You'll like this damn name. UCLA receiver Jake Bobo. 6 receptions, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, where is he at? Where does he play?
UCLA. Wide receiver Jake Bobo.
Can you say his stats one more time? I'm sorry. I was
6 receptions, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Jake
Bobo.
What a name. That is a great name. I've never heard that one. I'm going to TCU. I'm going the quarterback. A quarterback I've liked. I'm going Max Duggan. He had 302 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He also had 5 carries, 116 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So,
yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, TCU dominating Oklahoma. I know he didn't play Oklahoma, but TCU looks pretty good. And I think Duggan's been good in the past. I don't know, like I said, you guys, I'm not fully knowing all the college players like I know NFL, but pretty sure Duggan, he's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway, well, I don't see Preston hopping in. He might hop in the middle of these games, so we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it moving here. We're going to go to the upcoming games, week number 6, I believe it is week 6, correct? We're going 12 o'clock. Number 8, Tennessee at number 25, LSU. These are the new rankings. Tennessee favored by 4.5 over LSU. Playing at LSU, Bryce. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing at Death Valley. Death Valley is one of those places that, it's going to be loud. But I don't think that phases Tennessee. Tennessee is having an amazing year. Their offense is clicking. Hendon Hooker could be a Heisman. Yeah, give me Tennessee here big. Way more than 4 points.
Way more than 4 points. Thing about Tennessee is I'm not, I know nobody's believer in their defense. LSU barely beating Auburn, I know, a few weeks ago. I'm just looking to see what LSU has surprised me about here. I don't know too much. LSU beat Mississippi State? Was that earlier this year? Oh, man. I know Mississippi State. That was a good game this week. Mississippi State just beat who they beat this week? Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dominated them pretty much. LSU lost. I'm trying to think if I want to take LSU here. Number 8, Tennessee at LSU. I think LSU gets up for this game. Do they win? Do they win? Do they win? Give me Tennessee -4.5. I don't know. I think it's going to be like 7. I think it's going to be a close game. But, man, I mean, LSU's fans should be hyped for this one.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee, when's the last time we seen Tennessee in the top 10? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
you got to be hyped for this game. All right, let's go to the next game, 12 p.m. We got 2 undefeated teams. This could be the game of the week, but we had to – well, one thing I was hoping – I mean, we got our number 1 game of the year, and we ain't got 2 guests on here, which kind of sucks. But anyway, it's probably not the number 1 game of the year no more. I hate to tell you, even though it might be for storyline. But anyway.
So I'm not good enough.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant the Bama fans not here for the Texas A&M game. Anyway, let's go. 12 p.m. Number 17, TCU, undefeated, at number 19, Kansas, also undefeated. TCU, favored by 6.5.
Man, I mean, TCU coming off an amazing win against Oklahoma, but Oklahoma ain't really all that. Golly.
I don't honestly. I mean, I've seen Kansas the last few weeks. I don't know too much about Kansas, to be honest. I know
they won against Iowa State last weekend.
Yeah, it was barely though. Correct? They beat.
That's why it's 14-10.
Oh, Braves win the NL East, boys. They just won it. Braves did just win the NL East. I'm just like, dang, that last year, Kansas and Texas, 57-56. I was looking at games here. They barely beat they hadn't really beat no team. Give me TCU.
Yeah, I'm going. You know, TCU come off that win. They got a chip on their shoulder. They're now the rank. Yeah, give me TCU here.
TCU -6.5 could be 2 bad picks, but who knows? I don't know. I just don't. I haven't seen Kansas play nobody.
Yeah.
Let's go. But this game, 2 bad teams, 2 not great teams, but you have to do it for the rivalry. I mean, 2 teams I don't think Bryson's a fan of, not to be honest with you. But 12 p.m. at noon, Texas at Oklahoma. Texas favored by 6.5. Bryson, any thoughts?
Oh, I got plenty. One, you all know, I don't like them. I hate Texas. Oklahoma is not looking good. They're playing at Oklahoma. This is a big rivalry. I'm still going. I'm still standing. You know, still put my foot down. Give me Oklahoma. I can't pick Texas here.
Yeah, I mean, man, you would think they get up for this game. They're not favored. They're coming off 2 losses.
Yeah,
it's a rivalry game. They're playing at home. I mean, they got to get up for this game. If they don't get up and at least keep this game close, I mean, they're going to be in for it, man. They're definitely going to be in for it. That's why I'm taking Oklahoma as well. I mean, these rivalry games, I mean, they're always good games, especially when both teams are kind of similar. Even though I'm not a believer in Oklahoma, but I'm taking Oklahoma as well. We're agreeing on every pick so far. Let's go 3:30 p.m. This is a good game. This could be game of the week right here, I think. This is a really good game. Utah number 11 Utah at number 18 undefeated UCLA. Utah favored by 3.5 against undefeated UCLA. Any thoughts here, Bryce?
I mean, yeah, UCLA coming off that big win off against Washington. Now they cracked the top 25. Utah still looking good. Their quarterback looking good. I'm going Utah here.
Yeah, man. I mean, UCLA before they kind of proved me wrong last week. I said, last week going into last week, I didn't think, one thing. I mean, who they played? They played Colorado, South Alabama, Bowling Green, somebody like that.
Yeah.
Alabama State. I mean, they haven't played nobody. This was their biggest game. Washington. They kept it close. Utah was dominant going into season. I mean, I know Florida barely beat them, which Utah should be undefeated right now.
That like I tell
I mean,
everybody,
if
we should be Florida should be defeated right now.
Utah should have just. I mean, quarterback could have just ran it in. I mean, so I mean, I know I believe they're at UCLA. I said at UCLA. I don't know much about UCLA fans. I really don't. I just think Utah is really good, and I think this is gonna. Yeah, they win this game. This is gonna put them back into the playoff hunt eventually. So I'm taking Utah as well. We're agreeing so far. I'll pick first on this next one, but you already know who I'm going with. Saturday, 7:30, number 16, the BYU Cougars against Notre Dame. No way in hell I'm picking Notre Dame. I hate Notre Dame. I don't give a damn if they were. I don't care if they were the 18-year-old Patriots. I don't care if they were the best team in college football. I don't care what they were. I don't care if they had the best defense of all time. I'm not taking Notre Dame. I'm taking BYU, and they're not favored against Notre Dame. I mean, what? Why are they not favored here, Bryce?
Yeah, that makes no sense. I'm agreeing with you. I don't like them either. I'm taking the Cougars. I heard they got some good catfish down here in Notre Dame. But, yeah, I'm going BYU.
I mean, let's see. I'm just trying to think why they're not favored. I mean, Notre Dame barely beat North Carolina, which I know you had North Carolina in your top 25, but North Carolina sucks. I'm sorry. North Carolina's not good. Not a good football team, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I know they kept it close with Ohio State. Maybe Notre Dame comes out and wins this game. I mean, Notre Dame probably is better than what I think, to be honest, but
they're overrated.
BYU
Their
might
quarterback's not good.
BYU might be a little overrated, but I know BYU did have 21 of 25 returning starters coming into the season, and their offensive line is supposed to be is pretty good, and they got a big win over Oklahoma. I mean, over Baylor in overtime. I know they lost that game against Oregon. Yeah, I'm taking the Cougars. Yeah, that's probably gonna bite us in the ass. It's one of those games that you don't know why, and it's gonna bite you in the ass. Anyway, next game, Florida State. They are not ranked no more. I don't think they were ranked at NC State. NC State coming off a loss, still number 14 in the country because there's not that many good teams. NC State favored by 3.5. It's a tough game.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but I'm picking North Carolina State here. Not Wake Forest. Florida State coming off that loss. To me,
they lost to Wake Forest. Yeah. I was trying to remember who they lost. Oh, that's cool game.
Yeah, it's a close game, but I don't think Florida State. I'm not a big fan of them. It's just a true ACC matchup. But I'm going North Carolina State.
Yeah, 3.5. I mean, North Carolina State is coming off a loss. North Carolina State beat them last year.
Yeah.
Tough game here. I'd feel more comfortable if they weren't coming off a loss. North Carolina would have won that game. Maybe they drop one here. I don't know. I'm taking Florida State here just because I want to be different, and I don't think Florida State's that bad, and I don't think North Carolina State, they're okay. I just don't think they're super good. They might have been a little bit overrated going into the season. I know Bryson said that. So give me Florida State. I'll be different here. All right, next game, Kansas State. They lost, or no, they ended up winning last week, correct? Or did they lose? That was the game you had, correct?
Yeah, Kansas State won.
I thought they were ranked coming into last week, correct?
No.
Are they not? No. Are they not still ranked? I could have swore Kansas State was ranked coming into last year's game. I could be wrong. I was just looking here. I know we're going to talk the rankings in just a minute. No, don't look like they are ranked. Oh, yeah, they are. They're ranked number 20. Excuse me.
I'll say they cracked the top 25 this year.
Yeah. They're ranked number 20. I thought they were ranked. I just didn't write it down. So number 20, Kansas State at Iowa State. Kansas State favored by 2.5. Iowa State's been playing a lot of close games.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty close, but I rolled with them last week. I'm rolled with them again this week. Give me Kansas State.
-2.5. You're taking Kansas State. Kansas State. Who did Iowa State? Iowa State. They lost to Kansas by 3 this week. Coming off, I believe, 2 losses, if not 1. They might have lost only 1. Give me, I think I'm going to have to agree with you. We're only going to be one different game, but I'm taking, not a big fan of Iowa State. Well, we still got one more game left. Give me Kansas State. Next game, big game of the week. This would not be the big game if it wasn't before the season, really. This is the biggest storyline of the year. We got Jimbo Fisher versus Nick Saban. Texas A&M at Alabama. What time is this game? I didn't write it down. I believe it's 3:30.
8.
Could be.
I think it's 8.
Is it an 8 o'clock game?
I think
Anyway,
it's a night game.
Bama favored by 24.5. Texas A&M not looking too hot. Bryson, any thoughts here? I think I know who you're going with, but any thoughts?
You come in this season, you got the best, recruiting class. And what's that tell you right there? Nothing. Overrated. Jimbo Fisher's overrated. He's just another coach. The way I look at him, Bama is going to roll these guys 24 times 2, son. And my biggest thing is I can't wait to see Saban and Jimbo when they come back at the 50 after Saban put 72 on their ass. But I'm taking Bama, even though sometimes A&M is one of those games that that can always be close, but not this year. A&M's overrated. Miles King, A&M's quarterback. Hines King, sorry. This is not good. I think he's overrated as well. But yeah, I'm going Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I'm, as much as I want to take Alabama here, Bama's at home is what the big thing is. Bama is at home. It looks like Max Johnson, which I mentioned last week. I don't know if they bench Hines King or what, but Johnson looking like he's playing quarterback for A&M. I don't know, man. Something's telling me, Texas A&M's got to get up for this game. If Texas A&M was at home, I'd feel a lot better about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel a lot better that
I think the spread would be a little bit closer if it was A&M's at home.
Bama fans are going to be wild. And I know, what's his name's going to be out there, I believe. Willie. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Willie. The TikTok star. I love him.
Don't give a piss about anything but the tie. They got the shirts. You know what I'm talking about? They got the shirts. I want one of those shirts, even though I'm not an Alabama fan. 24.5. That's a lot of freaking points. Should I take Bama? No, I shouldn't. I'm going to go different. I'm going to go Texas A&M, even though I think that's a bad pick. I don't know. Something's telling me A&M's going to somehow cover. Bama's looked better last weekend. You never know. Maybe Bryce Young doesn't play. If this was at home, if Texas A&M was at home, I'd feel comfortable about somehow A&M, making this into a really, really tight game. Before the season, I'd say no. But I don't know. I got to see what Saban's ready to do. All right, let's get into the top 4. We're going to give our top 4. Doesn't look like Preston or Josh is going to make it. I know Josh is not making it, but doesn't look like Preston's going to make it. So let's get into our top 4. We had a new top 4, top number 1 in the top 25. Bryson, do you have a new number 1 in your top 4?
My number 1 is going to be Bama.
So you do have a new number 1. Okay. Okay, go for your rest.
Number 2, I'm going to Ohio State. Number 3, I'm going to go Georgia. Number 4, it's a toss-up between 2. Give me Michigan.
Taking Michigan. Who was the toss-up between?
BYU.
BYU?
Not
UC, USC? Or you talking about Clemson?
Yeah.
I'm about to say USC. BYU. Damn.
Sorry.
What the hell did BYU do?
My headphones died. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, we're not going to be on here too much longer. Bryson's headphones died. I am going to go with Alabama number 1. I don't think Georgia should be number 1, but I'm not taking them down to number 3. I'm taking them to number 2. I'm taking Georgia number 3. I think that's disrespectful. I mean, like Kirby said, they're playing in the SEC. They're playing SEC football, son. It's a close game. I mean, as much as Missouri's not that good, I mean, they're playing SEC football. Okay. Number 3, Ohio State. Let's stay still here because now whatever you just did, that just hurt the shit out of my ears.
I don't do nothing.
Okay, we'll sit still for about 3 more minutes. Anyway, number 3, I got Ohio State. I think they haven't really played nobody, really, have they? I mean, who they played? Number 4. I'm going to wait till the Clemson or Ohio State Michigan game, but I'm going to go with Clemson Tigers as number 4. As much as they haven't played nobody, I mean they got a tough win there. I guess I don't know. I don't really like many of the teams. I think the reason I'm doing that is I think Clemson gets in. I just don't see Clemson not getting in. I don't know what you're doing, but anyway, I think your thing's just echoing a little bit. Yeah, and I mean you got Ole Miss, Tennessee. I mean Tennessee could win this game, move up a little bit. Oklahoma State, USC. There's still some undefeated teams out there, but yeah, I don't think there's too much else we want to talk about here. I mean, any game you're looking forward to besides these games we wrote down? Who's Florida got?
Mizzou.
That's right, Florida's got Missouri. You mentioned that Georgia played Auburn. I thought about putting that game on here. I mean, you never know. Georgia and Auburn. Georgia dominates Auburn. We didn't give our lock of the week. What's your lock of the week? I'm going to find this Georgia spread real quick. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm going Tennessee here. Like I said, they're facing LSU in Death Valley. LSU is not good this year. You know, and Tennessee's offense is just, clicking. I mean, they're running 80, 90 plays a game. Like I said earlier, Hendon Hooker, he's playing great. But yeah, and that spread's 4.5. And I think Tennessee winning by 2 or 3 touchdowns here.
2 or 3 touchdowns, Tennessee. I don't know about all that. Maybe I'm trying to find a Georgia spread real quick. What time is Georgia? Georgia play at 3:30, don't they? They play a night game. I want to say they play at 3:30. Oh God, sit still. Georgia. There they are. Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, 29.5. Give me the dogs. I know that's a lot. Lock of the week. Give me the dogs, minus 29.5. Georgia beats them. Georgia beats them. They just covered. Georgia beats them 35-3.
Hang on. You said 29?
Yeah, it's 29.5. That's a lot of freaking points. Hey, everybody's overreacting. Georgia's going to stop them.
I can't wait because we're going to be together that night.
Oh, we are going to be. It's at 3:30 though. Anyway, yeah, a lot of good games this week, but a lot of games that could mean a lot. I mean, undefeated teams that maybe we'll see what Utah spreads already moved up to 4.5. Anyway, yeah, everybody should be back next week. Preston should be back. Josh should be back, hopefully. We'll see, and we'll get the overall records and whatnot next week. But, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to add. So appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, YouTube, follow Spotify, whatever, Apple Podcast. Yeah, peace.
Shout praise.